So I wanted to give you a little preview of what is to come. Alright, so we're going to use the distributive property on some polynomials. So before we do that, first just the distributive property on some just constants here, some simple things, and then I'll do one with a variable. Then we'll come down here and do some polynomials. So when I use the distributive property, what that says is if I have a number times two other numbers that are either added or subtracted, I have to multiply this into both of those. So this would be 7 times 5 is 35, plus 7 times 2 is 14, and that gives me 49. And I know that's the same as if I was to just combine these first. 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 times 7 is 49. Alright, so I'll do one that has a variable in it and some subtraction here. So I've got negative 3 times 2. And by the way, I'm doing this. Negative 3 times 2. And then I've got negative 3 times negative x. So that's negative 6 plus, and then negative 3 times negative x is 3x. Negative times negative is a positive. So there's my answer. Alright, so when I apply the distributive property to a polynomial, and here's a polynomial, monomial, polynomial, monomial, I do basically the same thing, but my simplification just looks a little different. So first I'm going to look just at this first part here. I distribute the x into the parentheses. So I get 5x times x, this times this, minus 1 times x, minus 1. And that leaves me with 5x squared minus x. Now I'm going to do this side. So I have plus x squared times x plus 3 times x squared. Now I simplify that, and that gives me x to the third plus 3x squared. Now I'm looking for like terms. I've got here and here, and at the same time I'm going to put this in descending order. So I have x to the third, that's this, and then 5x squared plus 3x squared, that's 8x squared, minus x. There's my answer. Let's do one more in our preview here. This goes in now to all three terms in this polynomial. Monomial times polynomial. So I get 7a times a squared, that's this times this, minus 5a squared, plus 2a squared times a squared, this times this. Now I just simplify. 7a to the third minus 5a squared, I'm just leaving that, plus 2a to the fourth. I'm multiplying here, so I add these exponents. And then I'm just going to put it in descending order. 2a to the fourth plus 7a to the third minus 5a squared. Alright, there's your preview. Things to come.